Guys, if you can, he's late by 20 seconds. Guys, allow me, man. Sounding like some of my students whenever I'm like 3 seconds late due to a stream delay. Guys telling me off. Guys, you can put a plus in the chat if you can hear me, or you can put noise. Guys, you know about my quotes, innit? You can either put noise or you can put plus. And guys, tell me how you're doing. How's your Sunday doing? Coming to hang out with me, coming to learn about the education system. And it's good to meet you all. Obviously, you guys are seeing me on social media, you're seeing me on ads, you're seeing me all over the place. So it's good to finally meet you all properly. And what's up, City? Hey, Hima, you were here nice and early. Nice. Hey, Fasina. Abdi, what's up? Texness, nice. Aditya, how you doing? Hey, Santosh, thank you for subscribing. Anor, what's up? Guys, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're following me on my socials. And yeah, because when I do this regularly, what's up, Yusuf? I'm glad you got into your Waitrose job thanks to my TikToks. Hey, Ghost Girl, welcome. Nice. This is a W class already. Guys, it's great to finally meet you all. Guys, do you like my my home setup? Make sure you guys are subscribed. Nice one, nice one. Guys, we're going to get to know each other a bit better for sure a little bit later. But I'm really happy that you're all coming to interact with me on a Sunday evening. I respect it. This is a win-win. Now, guys, what is today's goal? Why am I even doing this? Ghost Girl, where's Chi Chi? She's outside. Guys, if you don't know who Chi Chi is my cat. My students are always raving on about my cat, and I am actually at home right now, but Chi Chi is outside, so maybe she'll wander in a bit. So, guys, if you see a cat running around, yeah, she's just causing trouble as usual. But why have I come on a Sunday evening to chat to you lot? It's to discuss and show you how you can help your child succeed in their exams to adequately prepare them for their future without breaking the bank. And I'm seeing a lot of my students also in the chat, which is great. Hey, this is amazing. Guys, we got everyone here. What's up, AMT? No worries. I'm glad you decided to show up. Now, what's on today's agenda? Now, guys, the first thing we're going to discuss is unlocking the secrets of UK maths exams. So our first one, you all to understand the assessment structure and timing for preparation to best boost your child's performance. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining. The second thing I'm going to discuss, plot twist, I'm the child. Nice. You're still going to learn something. The second thing we're going to discuss today, guys, is creating a winning study environment. So a simple yet effective ways to motivate your child and keep them engaged in maths without distractions. The third thing, the uncomfortable truth about the school education system and why most children are not exceeding or not meeting expectations. And the fourth and last thing, guys, we're going to talk about is we're going to find out how to help your child excel in maths without overspending using cost-effective study methods. Guys, if you're coming in, make sure you put some noise in the chat or a plus so I can try and recognize you and we can create this dialogue. And just one last thing, not one last thing in terms of the stream, but once you have all the information I give you today, I'm going to give you a really special offer and explain how you can join my course to help your children with maths. Nice. Okay, and also I'm going to give you all a free gift. So the gift is if you stay to the end, I'm going to give you a detailed guide on how to conquer maths anxiety. Okay, nice one. Now let's get to know each other. Guys, in the chat, I'm seeing loads of you turning up. Very nice on a Sunday evening. Guys, tell me in the chat what city you're watching from and which year group your child is in, or if you're a student yourself, which year group are you in? Yes, Krishna, the guide is completely free, but you have to stay to the end, my friend. Me 08 is from Birmingham. Shout out Broad Street. Broad Street's in Birmingham, right? London, India, nice, from across the world. Bro is in Hull. 2 people from Birmingham. Milton Keynes. Guys, I'm in London. And we've got Musa in London. Pramit in London. Nice. What's up, Pramit? Kent. I'm in London. And if I was in a year group, I'd be in year 24, I think. Shout out Neil does maths in year 24. So you got Oxford, Watford, cities in London, Varsha's in Preston, Pooja's in Hereford. Guys, great to meet you all. Ooh, we got Kimberly in Mexico. Nice. Nayef in Kuwait. Welcome. Welcome, everyone, to my little Sunday stream. Toya in Jamaica. Welcome. Now, guys, if you don't know already, just a little bit more information about myself. So I'm Neil Trivedi. A lot of people ask me where my second name is from. So just to clear up anything, it's a very common question that my team receive from individuals. So my second name is actually Indian, but it sounds Italian, and I'm half Indian, half Italian. Nice. So I get the best of both worlds. Now, I'm the head of maths at My Headspace, an educational startup. Now, I'm a fully qualified maths teacher. I did a maths degree at a university called UCL. Got my first. I think I said that already. I can't remember. I also sat my A-levels, got 2 A stars and 2 A's in maths and further maths. I sat my A-level maths a year early at the age of 16 in year 12. And I also sat something called the Advanced Extension Award. So the Advanced Extension Award is like a special exam sat by the most able mathematicians in the country. And it's based on fail, merit, and distinction. So if you get a distinction, you are classified as the top 1% of mathematicians in the country. So I did get the distinction. Very nice, mate. And guys, last year, 37% of my students got a grade 7 to 9 compared to the national average of 17%. Exactly, Pooja. Now, just a quick overview of my story is, guys, I was born in Northwest London and I've stayed in Northwest London. And I don't know if I'm going to change from Northwest London, but I've always been a maths geek. And it only became apparent to me when I was 16, when I sat my A-level maths a year early. I realized that maths is where I want to be and what I want to do. So I went and did my maths degree, as I said, at UCL, got a first class, averaged 87% in my final year of my maths degree. And then once I graduated, hey, Barca, what's up? So when I graduated, guys, you know, all my friends at university started going into corporate jobs, banking, investment banking, trading, auditing, you know, these kind of jobs in the city. But I didn't feel like that was for me. I wanted to help individuals and I still wanted to do all my geekiness. So I went into teaching. I got my qualification in 2017. So between 2016 and 2017, I was the head of A-level maths as a fully qualified teacher in multiple schools in London, broke records in all of these schools. And then I realized, guys, I wanted to increase my reach. I didn't want to just restrict my teaching to the amazing students I had in school. And this is where I joined my Headspace a year ago to increase this reach. You know, if I hadn't joined this, then I wouldn't be interacting with you guys today. What's up, guys? I'm seeing you all still joining, which is great. What was I saying? So yeah, in the space of a year, guys, I've taught tens of thousands of students, which is incredible, and I've just seen them progress. And this is why I'm so happy that you guys are joining me today. Guys, if you have any questions, for sure, just drop them in the chat. And just to reiterate some rules. When I say rules, I want to make this interaction as productive as possible. Hi, Heidi. I'm doing great. How are you? There's no such thing as a bad question. Yeah. So, guys, if you have a question, please put it in the chat. I'm watching the chat right now. I'm streaming across YouTube and Facebook. I'm seeing all the conversations, but also I have some moderators in the chat. So if I don't get to your question, the moderators are in the chat. They can help answer you as well. Nice. And guys, don't forget, if you put a little noise in the chat, I probably will see that straight away. So, like I said, the first thing we were going to discuss was unlocking the secrets of UK maths exams. So, there's three key points of a student's journey uh, in the English system. The first one is Key Stage 2, then GCSE, and then A levels. Now, why is Key Stage 2 so important? It's the first major milestone for students. They sit their SATs exams in year 6 and they're ranked on a score out of 120. Anything above 100 is above average, anything below 100 requires support. Now, only 70% of students met the expected standard last academic year. Yeah, which in fact is quite low, guys. So 70% is not as high as you think. Now, Key Stage 2 is vitally important since schools are ranked on something known as the Progress 8 score. Guys, if you've heard of the Progress 8 score, put a plus in the chat. Now, Progress 8 is really, really important. What is it? Progress 8 is a score that shows how well students have progressed in key subjects and at school, from the end of primary to the end of secondary education. And schools are put in a league table. These league tables are based on the Progress 8. I see PG has put a plus in there, knows exactly what is. Tex as well. Now, how does it work? It starts with primary school. You get your results in Key Stage 2. Student then goes to, whoops, something's happened to my PowerPoint, guys. You're seeing me on full screen right now. I just need to get up that PowerPoint again. Hold up. Okay, here we go. Apologies for the tech issue. Guys, now you can see my big head in full screen. Nice. 1 second, just getting the same slide I was on before. Guys, do you rate the microphone? When it is here. Okay, nice. I'm back. Now, what did I say? Yeah, student finishes Key Stage 2. They go to high school. High school gets their results. And then they measure their progress to the end of year 11. Now, this score indicates whether the school has performed above, below, or at expected progress. Yeah. Now, how does it work? You have 0. Yeah. 0 means that the student who finished at the end of primary school, there's an expected trajectory. If it's 0, they have met that expected trajectory. If a school gets a Progress 8 score of 1, it means if you go across that trajectory, the school has actually got them 1 grade above that expected trajectory. Yeah, so if a school gets 1, it's amazing. If it's negative, guys, that means the school has actually dropped their expected score based on Key Stage 2. Yeah. So above 0, guys, indicates high quality education, boosting university and future career prospects. A negative score indicates potential hurdles ahead, potentially limiting university choices and career opportunities. Okay. Now, guys, only 30% of schools scored above the national average. Now, there's a bit of a stream delay, guys, but where do you think the highest concentration of schools are which scored above the national average. So across the UK, or stick to England, where do you think the largest concentration of schools are that performed above the national average? Whereabouts in England do you think those schools are? Curious what you guys think. Go Skull. Exactly. Not necessarily because of population, though. Hannah, exactly. Exactly. So, yes, guys, you're getting it. It's in London. Nice, Maria. Welcome. It is London. Bushy. Well, I mean, Bushy, Hertfordshire, they wouldn't count as London, but for sure, I mean, Bushy can counts as outer fringe London. So maybe that would count as well, actually. But yeah, you guys are completely right. It's London and a lot of the big cities. But traditionally, it is London. And guys, if you go and look at the Progress 8 scores, most cities have a negative average apart from London. So yes, London is the one that's significantly outperforming. And there's many reasons for that. W Queens. Hello, Taco. So this goes to show, guys, the importance of early preparation for Key Stage 2. So beginning SATs preparation in Year 5 can enhance understanding and confidence, leading to better performance for the younger years. Now, what's our approach at MyEdspace? We believe Key Stage 2 students or preparation should start as early as Year 4. And this ensures they're as prepared as possible. And guys, I'm going to talk about my Key Stage 2 course later on, if you're interested. But some of the more able students who are in Year 3 are actually signed up to my course already, which is pretty cool. Then you've got GCSE Maths. Now, GCSE Maths is the most pivotal stage of a student's educational journey because jobs look at it, schools are ranked on it, and it decides, your path in terms of choosing colleges and universities. They definitely look at your GCSE results. Here I've shown you guys the kind of things students learn in foundation courses and higher courses. The higher course, you have a lot more emphasis on algebraic manipulation. Foundation courses, a lot more emphasis on numerical. And I'll talk about these separate courses and how I prepare my students for both. Now, there's a new system. If you weren't aware already, you probably are by now. But grades 4 to 9, the grade 4 is considered a pass, and it's similar to the old low C. Whereas a grade 9, guys, is not just an A star. It's like an A star star. So the old A star would be equivalent to about an 8. But A star star, guys, that's credited to only about 3% of students in the country. So it's much less than the old A star. So only 3% of individuals or students in the country get the grade 9. To everyone who's watching me on Instagram and Facebook, my reels. So guys, don't forget to keep the noise in the chat. Now, here's the distribution of GCSE grades. So year on year, guys, only about 15 to 17% of students secure the grade 7, which is the old A. And if you look across with the grades 4 in green, guys, it always averages between about 60 and 70%. So 30% of students are not actually getting a pass in their maths exams. Now, at MyEdspace, we are exceeding national expectations. So in purple, you can see the MES stats, and in orange, you can see the national average. So the left side, guys, that is to do with the grade 7 and above. So you can see that our bar is double the size of the national average. And in terms of passes, you can also see that we are exceeding expectations compared to the national average. I can see you guys putting nice in the chat still. Kidus from Ethiopia, welcome. Nice, Pooja. Which goes to show, guys, the importance of early preparation for GCSE. So students aiming for a grade 7 and above should begin their preparation at the start of the academic year, requiring at least 6 months of focused study. Now, what's our approach at MyEdspace? Our approach involves extensive coverage of GCSE content and rigorous practice of exam techniques to ensure high performance. So guys, I'm going to show you a bit about my course later on, but there's a lot of my GCSE students in the chat, and they know how much I drill them on exam technique, not wasting time with their working out. So a lot of them will be able to tell you about that in the chat, which is great. I'm so glad that a lot of my students are in the chat as well, so you guys can see it as I go along. They can tell you themselves. Hey Zad. Okay, now A-level exams, a stepping stone to higher education. So guys, A-levels are key qualifications that open doors to universities and higher education. A lot of my students are going off to doing apprenticeships. Apprenticeships are up and coming. I think they're incredible qualifications for students to do if they want to do more skills-based activities after A-levels. They're considered more challenging than GCSEs, requiring in-depth subject knowledge. Now, A-levels are globally recognized for their difficulty, significantly more challenging than most high school exams, including GCSEs. Now, A-level syllabi are almost 3 times as comprehensive as GCSEs. There's a lot more content that needs to be covered in maths. Students are introduced to pure maths, mechanics, and stats. So mechanics is what would mostly be new to students because they don't touch on that at all at GCSE. Now, students often face challenges due to varying teaching styles, as different teachers may cover different topics in sixth form. So guys, if you are aware of your student or your child's situation, or if you're a student, let me know in the chat, how many teachers do you have for maths at the moment? Do you have 1? Do you have 2? Traditionally at A-levels, you have more teachers teaching the same thing to single classes. So let me know, guys, in the chat. So traditionally, what I found in schools is that you have 2 teachers on average. So 1 teacher teaches pure and mechanics, 1 teacher teaches pure and statistics. So it would also be good to know if you have, are you talking about GCSE or are you talking about A-levels? So A-levels particularly, quite a lot of the time you have more than 1 teacher. But GCSE, ideally, it's the case where you have 1. I see Varsha said 2, Raja said 1, which is great. So you definitely ideally want to have 1 teacher. Rosalind has 2. Mr. Cool GCSE, 1 teacher. Okay. Hey, Gumballoon. Now in 2023, guys, the proportion of A star and A grades dropped to 26.5. As you know, during COVID, there was a lot of grade inflation. So it has dropped significantly, but we're also starting to see the effects of students being out of the classroom for a long time and the routines being broken. So guys, put a plus in the chat if this massive drop, it dropped by quite a significant amount. Does this make you worried or slightly worried about yours or your child's education? Rahila, yes. Content, luckily for maths across A-level, is very similar. It's not the case for other subjects, but for maths across the board, it's very, very similar, which is amazing. Hey, Nutty, putting a plus there. Kind of. Kitty. Symbol. Nice. Okay, so nice, Priya. I see you. Now, what's our approach? Now, guys, I teach all 3 components, meaning that students are accustomed to my teaching style from early on. The issue that we have, and a lot of schools have, at no fault of their own, to be honest, is that we're going to talk about teacher shortages later, but they have no choice in terms of their timetabling. So one class might be taught by many different individuals. And that means that there's different teaching styles and it can become confusing. So with me, they're being accustomed to one teaching style, which is very, very important. Now, I also do more exam papers with my students than any other teacher in the country. And here I'm speaking about A-levels, guys. So with my students, I cover over or around 62 papers, which adequately prepares them for their final exams. And I start this after Christmas. So in about a month, guys, I'm going to be starting the exam paper practice because they need enough time to cover all the content. And what does this lead to? More than double of my students got into Oxbridge compared to the average of 2%. Yeah. So, guys, my students do the work and you can see the effects of it. Over double is crazy. Okay, the next thing I wanted to discuss was creating a winning learning environment. Maximizing math success through group learning. And guys, this is what schools have been made out to do, is maximizing learning through a group environment, meaning collaborative learning, where students work together on tasks. It leads to significant academic progress with minimal cost. Now, guys, many studies have been done on this now. In maths, group learning approaches result in an average of 5 months of additional academic progress. Secondary school students benefit even more with a 6-month progress advantage in collaborative settings. And this is a teaching style, guys. If you encourage group learning and group interaction, it significantly improves outcomes. So group learning in maths not only enhances academic performance, but also fosters skills like problem solving and peer interaction. So guys, a study found that students working in groups showed better performance in their GCSE math scores compared to those working alone. It's like having a math study buddy who helps you score better, just like being part of a team. So guys, in the chat, let me know, when you're in class, are you encouraged to work in groups or are you encouraged to work on your own in silence? Let me know. So there's different styles that is kind of promoted in schools. So let me know in the chat. I'm going to be reading the chat. How does your school do it? Are you encouraged to work as a team or are you encouraged to work on your own in silence? And if you say anything, you're going to get detention. You're going to get that first warning. You're going to get that second warning. Kitty on her own. Ghost girl on her own. Okay, there's actually a significant amount of solos. Guys, that's crazy, right? So think about it. The studies say that you should be working as a group to promote better outcomes. But everyone in the chat, apart from a couple, are saying that they're working alone. So that's actually going against the research. Now, what is the benefit of community learning? Guys, cooperation consistently led to higher achievement and motivation to learn than either competition or individual study. So I'm not talking about, group settings where you're competing with each other. We actually mean cooperative learning. Loads of T's. Now, community learning in maths sets a foundation for future academic and professional collaboration. It prepares students for real-world scenarios where teamwork and communication are key. Now, what's our approach? We teach via cohort-based learning to promote diversity of thought and boost individual performance. And we actually own the biggest educational server in the country with over 40,000 students. Guys, that is a lot of students. And all of these students are here together, working on problems with each other and significantly excelling in their exams. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about, guys, is the main problems students face in schools. And a lot of it is to do with budget cuts. Now, school spending per student in England has fallen by 9% between 2009 and 2020. Guys, this is the biggest reduction in 40 years. The government's COVID catch-up budget for schools was less than 10% of the sum recommended by the Commissioner for Education Recovery in England. Guys, I'm not saying 10% less than what was advised. It's 10% of the value, which is tiny. Yeah. So guys, it's there's not much spending going on in education, and things are just cutting back. Now, what's the issue with this? Guys, a lot of it is not actually the school's fault, because there's huge teacher shortages in England. Schools are underfunded, and maths, sciences, languages have seen the worst shortages of qualified teachers, and there's lots of consequences of that. So, guys, if there's a huge shortage of teachers, what do you think ends up happening in terms of the the teachers that are teaching your children? So if there's a huge shortage, what issues do you think schools are facing because of that? Now, secondary school teachers in England have fallen by 7% between 2007 and 2019. But the number of students have increased by 10% between 2019 and 2023. So the number of teachers are going down, but the number of students in schools are going up. So schools are being more and more and more stretched, unfortunately. Extreme exam stress. So a poll of 420 ATL members, so this is the Association of Teachers and Lecturers, they found that 50% of them reported incidents of self-harm with students within their school. 89% reported testing as the primary source of stress for these students. And an article in the BBC, guys, found that a secondary academy in London reported a significant increase in physical symptoms of stress within their students. And unfortunately, really negative thoughts. I don't want to read out loud, but guys, I've got the information out there for you to read. So guys, students are being really pressed. There's a lot of stress that is building within the young community, unfortunately. So guys, question to you. Do you think the current education system optimizes student outcomes? What do you guys think? I'm going to have a little water break. But what do you guys think? Do you think the current education system optimizes student outcomes? Just letting the chat catch up. Some cool names out there. Ghost Girl doesn't think so. What does everyone else think? Goofy, don't worry, I'll be talking about younger individuals. Hi, Hema. Ghost Girl's not even doing a GCSE yet. Hannah, I see you. Gaytan, I agree with you completely. Nutty Cat, I completely agree with you. Hi, loading. I agree with you guys. Okay, so this leads on to the next bit. Smart spending for maths success. Now, to fix the problem, most individuals end up hiring a private tutor and hope that it will help. So here's some facts and figures for you guys. 30% of young people aged between 11 and 16 have had private tuition, an increase from 27% pre-pandemic, and this is the highest level since 2005. So 18% of participants in year 10 or year 11 had private tutoring. 32% of them come from the most well-off households versus 13% from the worse-off households. Guys, in terms of the price, that will come later on. So guys, put a 0 in the chat if you have no experience with a private tutor. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a positive experience with a private tutor. And put a 2 in the chat if you have a negative experience with a private tutor. I see you, Ross, putting a 0 in the chat. Thanks for participating. I see you, Nati. Hannah, I see you. Ananya, Len, Amy, hey, how's it going? Roslyn, I see you. Anne, I see you. I see you, Greg. Thanks for letting me know your thoughts, guys. Thanks again for joining me on a Sunday. It's great to meet all of you. Hey, Cran, I see you. Welcome. Now, guys, how can you help your child with this? Because I'm seeing a lot of zeros in there. I'm also seeing a lot of twos. Now, we analyzed the prices of more than 1,000 tutors and discovered a pattern. So, beginner tutors, those who are just starting out, will charge between 25 and 30 pounds per hour. An experienced tutor will charge between 40 and 80 pounds per hour. And a highly experienced professional will charge between 100 and 200 pounds per hour. So, this is someone who's taught hundreds to thousands of students and most likely will be a fully qualified teacher as well. And here, guys, you can see evidence of that. You know, on average, you can see 60 minimum for highly experienced tutors, and you can see quite a few of them as well above £100. One individual, you know, close to £200. So if we average it at £60, you'll spend about £4,800 in one academic year for an experienced tutor. So that means 2 lessons per week is £120, 8 lessons per month, £480, and 80 lessons per year, £4,800. So a lot of money. And apart from the exorbitant price, you'll still have these issues. Time-consuming logistics, so finding the tutor, scheduling lessons, managing timetables. Then you have a lack of resources, so no recorded sessions, extra study materials, and limited review of past lessons. Then there's uncertain quality, few reviews to gauge effectiveness, and no free content to assess teaching style. A lot of you guys are coming from my social medias. Guys, you've been watching me for quite a while. You're quite familiar with my teaching style. I've got tons of videos on my YouTube as well. Then there's inadequate preparation. Teaching often lacks a focus on actual exam techniques and strategies, rather than they'll just focus on the actual teaching of the content, which is why, guys, we created My EdSpace. This is an online school led by fully qualified expert teachers to get the grade 9 or A star in exams and reach your full potential. Our mission is to give you an expert educational experience that is 10 times better and cheaper than anything else you can find across the UK. Our courses solve all issues outlined previously and are 10 times more affordable than a private tutor. To join a lesson, guys, it's as simple as your child signing on to our platform, and we provide full coverage of the curricula for Key Stage 2, 3, GCSE, and A-Level. You'll have everything you need to succeed in maths, and all these are delivered by me, by the way. So you got the live lessons, the lessons are all recorded, you have the workbooks, you have exam-style homeworks, video solutions, and mentors. And like I said, guys, I have built all of this for maths, and I deliver all the curricula between Key Stage 2 and A-Level. Proven quality. Guys, we have over 160 reviews on our Trustpilot to do with my maths course, averaging 4.9 out of 5. And as you guys know, I have over 1.7 million followers across my social medias. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. What's up, guys? It's great to finally meet you all live. And also, guys, I take a big, my biggest priority really is exam-focused preparation, but not last minute. So gradually introducing students to the exam-style questions. So I've developed all of these, and using my experience as an examiner, I've been able to see all the different types of questions that are asked and set them to my students for homework. Now, to protect you from any risks, I always give a 14-day full refund guarantee. Yeah, it's not a case of you buy my course and that's it. Yeah, I give you a chance to try it and see what you think. Yes, there's no risk. I do Key Stage 2, Key Stage 3, GCSE, and A level. Hey, Eunice, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Now, here's some key figures for you. 86% of parents recommend My Headspace. 90% of kids recommend My Headspace. I have over 160 reviews, 5-star reviews, and averaging 4.9 out of 5 on Trustpilot. It's even more than that now, but guys, I have over 1,500 students learning with me right now. Yeah, so over 1,500, so 1,500. So a lot of students that are loving the course, and I'm seeing a lot of them are in the chat now. You guys will be able to see them. Now, 82% of students got a desired or higher than planned grade. And guys, times 2, our students achieved over twice the national average for grade 7 and above. So remember, guys, the grade 7 is like the old A. So on my courses, over double the students are achieving that grade 7. Hey, Amy, nice. Now, I'm going to show you guys a bit of a platform demo in a second, but what do students get with my course? They get engaging live and interactive lessons with me. I'm the one who's teaching. Professionally designed revision materials, homeworks full of exam-style questions, detailed video solutions, instant feedback on each question, a community of like-minded learners. We got video recordings to revisit the lessons. And then we've got 24/7 mentor support. So guys, I'm going to show you my platform so you guys can see exactly what it looks like for a student. So here, this is what my year 13s will see. So guys, just so you can see it, just put a plus in the chat to let me know you can see my new screen. So remember, I have this for Key Stage 2, I have this for Key Stage 3, and GCSE and A-level. So this is for the year 13s, my A-level students. Thanks, King, with the pluses. Nice. Nice, guys. Thank you. So every single one of my students, no matter which year group they're in, they're going to have access to all of my lessons every single month. There's 8 lessons, every single month. At the end, they have a monthly assessment and a mock exam as well. So there's 10 things. Each lesson has 4 key things. There's a workbook. I will show you this workbook now. So now, what is this workbook? The workbook, ad block, nice. The workbook is following my lesson. So I don't want students to waste time writing down questions. Instead, they get a workbook of my PowerPoint, which they will follow along and write down exactly what I'm writing down. And this allows them to focus exactly on my explanations rather than, going from writing down question to listening to me to writing down question. So here they can just focus on my explanations and write down whatever I'm writing down. The next thing is, once the lesson's done, students can go back and rewatch my lesson. So you can see here I'm teaching this live. Let me mute this. Yeah, I'm teaching this live to my year 13s, interacting with them. So on YouTube, there'll be a live chat in the corner. And if a student misses my lesson, they can just go back to rewatch the recording. Then, once that's done, they have a homework. Now, this homework is based on questions that I have been covering in lesson. So there's multiple choice. Yeah, students will go through this. In fact, let me show you guys. So they'll go through. Guys, don't judge me. Yeah, I'm guessing this right now. So they'll go through. They will select. I'm biting the bullet here because it's gonna ruin my average, but I'm gonna do it for you guys. Okay, so they're gonna go through. All my year 13s will know that my homeworks are quite extensive. There's a lot of questions. So give me a sec. I am nearly there at the end. There we go. So then once you've selected all of your options, guys, you submit your response. And this is where you get your instant feedback. Yeah, either you're correct or you're incorrect. Now, what my students will do is they'll say, okay, question 8A, I got incorrect. I want to make sure I know how to do it. And this is where my video solutions come into here. So here in my video solutions, let me just mute it. I walk through every single question. So remember I said question 8 was incorrect. Students will go here, click question 8, and they'll go straight to the question that they got wrong. And here I'll walk them through exactly what they should have done to tackle the question. And this is the case for every single student, whether it's Key Stage 2, Year 13, GCSE, or Key Stage 3. They all get this layout. And at the end of the year, like I said, guys, there we go. I'm back. At the end of each month, students get access to a monthly assessment. Let me just hide this now. Nice. Now, the MyHeadspace platform, guys, is more than just a place to learn. It's a community. Guys, in my old year group of year 13s, 64% of them have become mentors for me this academic year. So they're relearning, or they're promoting the knowledge that they learned with me the academic year before. Now, who are these mentors? We got Reese. Reese is the head of mentors who works at MyHeadspace now. A-star. He went to Warwick Uni, did maths and economics, got a first class. We've got Rohan, one of my old students who's a mentor, got an A-star in his A-level maths, is now at Imperial doing aeronautical engineering. He's in his 4th year. Talia, my student last year, A-star in maths, is now at Cambridge. Sarah got an A-star at maths, is now at Oxford doing law in her 1st year. Mushtaba, A-star in maths, UCL, 3rd year. And Krishnala got an A and he's now doing medicine. So guys, put a plus in the chat if this course sounds good to you. Hema, Holika. Holika is very famous as one of, works at MyHeadspace. Every student loves Holika. Shout out to Holika. Nice loading. Ebbs, you want to be an architect? Like Talia, one of my students, who's would be able to help you out with that for sure. She's studying at Cambridge. Nice one, guys. I'm loving the pluses in the chat. Amy, go former students for real. And like I said, guys, there's hundreds of 5-star reviews. You guys can just go into Trustpilot and you'll be able to see the comments that students are making. Now let's compare the value. So assuming you settle for an intermediate experienced tutor at £60 an hour, you'd be paying £4,800 per academic year for 2 lessons a week. And for an experienced teacher, guys, you would pay upwards of £8,000. Now, guys, at MyHeadspace, for 1 whole year of year 13, for example, you'll pay between £720 and £1,400. Yeah, this is for the whole year. Now, for lower year groups, it's much cheaper. Now, what's included? Like I said, you get 2 lessons per week, which are all recorded, so you can go back and rewatch whenever you want. 24/7 mentor support, exam-style homeworks, workbooks, access to the community, and a money-back guarantee. And just for turning up here, guys, you can get at least 38% off my courses, which are now here. So it depends which course you're talking about. Now, these are for the yearly. So this is for 1 whole year. Yeah, I've broken it down to how much it costs per hour, but the price for you is for the whole year. So it works out to, a maximum of between £6 and £7 per hour. For year 13, I have an even bigger discount, and it works out below £6 per hour. Priya, so year 12, so covering year 12 in year 13, when I do papers, the students learn year 12 again. Yeah. So these will only be active until tomorrow at midnight. Now, guys, all you need to do is message me the code word Sunday to unlock this pricing. Now, there's a link in the description. Or, guys, if you don't want to click the link in the description, you just need to scan this QR code and it'll take you to a conversation with my team. But you just need to send the code word Sunday to unlock that pricing. Yeah. Year 10 is in there. So year 10, I have a specific course. So guys, if you're between year 3 or year 4 all the way up to year 13, I have a course for you. So all you need to do is either scan that QR code or click the link in the description and send me the code word Sunday, and someone will be able to take your case and give you the best price that we have. Now, guys, I can compare it to other things. For 1 hour of tuition with me is the equivalent of Persil, silk and wool. Yeah, it's actually less than that. You know, £7.80 for one of those Persils. 1 hour with me costs less than that. 2 hours of lesson time with me. So, for example, for a whole week's worth of tuition costs less than a daily travel card. And 10 hours with me, so still about a whole month's worth of tuition, guys, this is actually more than a month's worth of tuition, costs less than the average meal in a mid-price restaurant. Yeah. So here I'm comparing. Yeah. So guys, 1 hour of learning with me costs less than your washing machine detergent. Yeah. So just scan that code if you are interested and secure the discount that I gave you. Now, if you want to split this across 2 payments, we can definitely do that. Yeah. So if you do want to split the payment, definitely are able. Oleni, your son is in year 5. I have a Key Stage 2 course for your son. You just need to scan that QR code and we can discuss your options. Now, here's a case study for you guys. This is especially important if you have 2 children or 3, like Rauchian, who's one of our parents whose children are on the course. Now, she said that the kids have really taken to Neil's unique approach. There's a special bond forming, and it's like Neil's enthusiasm for maths is spilling over into our home life. They're not just learning. The thing about, guys, is the students on my course want to be there. Yeah. In fact, a lot of the students turn up half an hour before the lesson has even started, and they're already interacting with each other. Yeah. So students with me want to turn up and they want to learn. Yeah. Before my headspace, the children found it really difficult to enjoy maths, plus getting one-to-one tutoring for all 3 kids is very expensive. And also, guys, we do sibling discounts as well. So if you do have more than 1 child, we do have sibling discounts for you. Now, after my headspace, all 3 of her children are engaged in mathematics with great interest, and Rauchen is happy with their results and the cost of the tuition. Now, guys, as a secure payment, we want to make sure you feel fully comfortable. We use something known as Stripe as our payment provider, the largest one of the largest companies who do secure payments. We'll send you a link to register. Once you've paid, we'll only need your child's name and email. This will allow us to register everything for the new week. So guys, all you need to do is message the code word Sunday. Yeah, the link is in the description, or you can just scan that QR code. Just go to your camera app, just hover it over that QR code and just speak to my team. Just some frequently asked questions. How is the program structured? Now, guys, my program covers the entire curriculum and prepares your child for the exam. The teacher, myself, as a former examiner, has created each course with the exam in mind. Here's the lesson schedule. So guys, Key Stage 2 is going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. and it runs to the end of June. So you might want to make a note of this. Year 7 and 8, that happens on Tuesday and Thursdays at 5 p.m. and it runs to the end of June. Then you've got Year 8, 9 and 10. These run from Mondays and Wednesdays at 5 p.m. They're going to the end of June. GCSEs, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. They run to the end of May. Year 12, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. End of June. And then guys, Year 13, Mondays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. and they run to the end of May. Now guys, Year 13, it's a little bit different because they have two-hour courses each week because there's a lot more to cover with Year 13. So they have two-hour lessons. Yeah. How does the course work? Lessons happen on YouTube Livestream for the best student experience. Children will ask me questions and interact with me in the live chat like you guys are doing with me now. They don't use cameras or mics. So guys, this is very, very important. I cannot see the students and they cannot see each other. So it's completely anonymous, meaning that students feel like they're part of a safer environment to participate. A lot of you lot will be able to get this, that your child might be a little bit nervous to participate in class discussion. But on my courses, because they are anonymous, they feel fully comfortable to interact. Yeah. So everyone stays focused. And this is great for shy students. Like I said, we've noticed students ask significantly more questions in class this way. Now, like I said, after lessons, learning continues on my platform. Children access recordings, workbooks, homeworks, notes, and video solutions. Another success story, guys, from Somya. The way of teaching is like a group discussion. It's entertaining and engaging. Kids are participating, giving many ideas. It's more than just a class. It's interactive and fun. So that's the father of Somya, a Year 7 schoolgirl. Now, before My Headspace, guys, Somya needed more than just schooling to achieve her desired grades. Now, after My Headspace, Somya got more than 90% in her assessments, 56 out of 60, thanks to the extra interactive lessons. Next frequently asked question is, you have many children to teach. How do you create a personal connection? So as you guys know, I'm teaching over 1,500 across the key stages. So that's from Key Stage 2 all the way up to Year 13. How is a personal connection made? Now, guys, each child is paired with a mentor who is available all day, each day. Mentors watch your child's progress, they motivate them, and they give extra challenges where necessary. Also, a real-time chat support is available during lessons. So guys, I see all of these chats. I interact with a lot of the students. And as you can see, I get to know all of my students as well. But the one-to-one experience is still met because I assign them a personal mentor. So that way they benefit from group learning with me and a one-to-one experience with the mentor. And I've shown you guys some of the mentors as part of my course. Now, from rush to success, Rakshan's story. So Rakshan, one of my Year 13s. I'm much more confident in maths now. The homework ties into the lessons and Neil's video solutions help a lot. There's always a way to solve a problem with mentor support. Now, guys, before My Headspace, Rakshan needed to get an A or A star to study computer science, but wasn't sure he could prepare in time. Now, after My Headspace, he raised his test scores from 70% to 80% and mastered trigonometry in only 2 lessons. How effective are the lessons? Well, you could see from Rakshan's story, 82% of our students achieved their desired grades or higher. Additionally, there are twice as many of our students who achieved a grade 7 at GCSE or higher than the national average. If it was successful for over 1,300 students last year, then it absolutely can be successful for your child as well. Eleni, so you can either scan the QR code with your camera, or in the description there is a link that will direct you to my WhatsApp as well. From a C to an A, Joshim's story, one of my year 13s. So joining my Headspace led to a real change. I wasn't just happy with my grades, I actually went from a C to an A in maths, which made me one of the best in my class at maths tests. It's been a dramatic turnaround. So before my Headspace, in year 12, his maths grades dropped from an expected A to a C because of poor teaching, he said. But after my Headspace, Joshim improved from a C to an A in maths, becoming one of the top students in his maths class. How can I check you're not a scam? Guys, this is a real thing that gets asked quite a lot. Now, guys, My Headspace is an officially registered company. Yeah. We currently have more than 1,500 students learning on our platform. Yeah, I have over 1,500 students learning with me right now. We have received over 160 reviews and have a rating of 4.9 out of 5. We only accept payments to our company's bank account, and we do that through Stripe. Now, guys, in the space of 2 years, there has literally been one bad review, and that is it. Yeah, in 2 years of running. How can I be sure it's worth the high upfront cost? When you pay for an annual program, you save more than 42%. Moreover, students who purchase annual programs get results that are 23% higher on average compared to those who pay monthly. We believe this is because they have a greater commitment to learning and longer lasting relationships. We also provide the option of paying in 2 installments. And like I showed you guys, a comparison with one-to-one tuition, it's night and day how cheap these courses are compared to that. Another one, guys, from a shaky B to a very strong A star. So, guys, this is a student in my year 13 course last year, Joshua. Shout out to Josh. It was a great investment of money and time. He was with me for around 3 to 4 months of a year, or 3/4 of a year. He went from a shaky B to a very strong A star under my guidance. To all parents considering this, I couldn't recommend it more. So, guys, if you're a parent, do you want your child to achieve the same results? So take the opportunity to get our course with a huge discount. All you need to do is message the code word Sunday to me on WhatsApp, or you can scan that QR code on screen. Yeah, like I mentioned. You make sure, guys, you use the code word Sunday though. And one of my students, guys, Grace, who is on my course right now, incredible student, has lots of fun in my lessons. So MES has definitely helped me push myself. It's good at showing the little tricks of maths and has improved my problem solving skills, making me more confident. So before my Headspace, Grace was not confident in maths and nervous about her A-level exams. After MES, Grace has improved her math skills and is now ready to pursue her dream of becoming a pilot. So, guys, that was my PowerPoint. So, guys, I'm going to open up to you to ask me as many questions as you want. I'll probably do so for like the next 10 minutes. I still have the mods in the chat to help you. So, yeah, ask away. As I said, guys, if you want to claim this incredible opportunity, just go to the description, click the code word Sunday, or you can scan the QR code. Or if you're just hanging out to meet me, yeah, you can put a nice in the chat. How many days a week? Primary school, year 6. Abiola. So year 5 and 6 is Key Stage 2. Key Stage 2 is going to happen. Let me make myself bigger so you guys can see me. So Key Stage 2 is going to happen on Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. and that starts in January. Thanks for your question. Krishna, what's the difference between AS and A-level maths? So AS maths is like a transition from GCSE and introducing students to a more formal style of mathematics. They start to learn about calculus. They get introduced to um, statistics and mechanics. Then year 13 is solidifying that and becoming really advanced in trig and calculus. Holika is not AI, guys. Holika is a real person, and same with George, who is in the chat. Amira, when does Key Stage 3 start? So they don't come in batches. So if you are interested in my Key Stage 3 course, just drop me a message, and my team can give you more information. Brown, nice. Hema, how many subjects are optional? Well, it depends on your school. One thing's for sure is the sciences, English, and maths are not optional. Rahila, if you're stuck on a question, can the mentor accept voice calls? So no. So to protect everyone's privacy, interactions with the mentor only stay via chat function. So further maths GCSE is basically AS maths, Krishna. Yes, exactly. Essentially. So further maths GCSE, they also introduce you to stuff like matrices, depending on which board you're doing, which kind of introduces you to A-level further maths. But it's quite like simple matrices. Legend, nice. If you guys have on which days year 10, so Raj, that would be the foundations to GCSE. So if your child is in year 10, so they would be in the foundations to GCSE course, which is on a Monday and Wednesday at 5 p.m. So I look forward to seeing them all tomorrow. And we have a lot of fun in class, guys. We also play Kahoot. If you guys know about Kahoot, the kids love it, and we have a lot of fun. Ghost Girl, on a scale of 1 to 10, how effective is using flashcards as a revision technique? Great question. In terms of maths, I don't recommend flashcards because I don't think it's a productive use of your time. But I think if you're just remembering facts, I think flashcards can be really useful. But every student's different, right? If it resonates with you, flashcards, then for sure you should use it. City, with the Key Stage 2 issue, just drop me a message, scan that QR code, and have a conversation with my team, and let's see if we can come to a solution. Yeah. Would it be Sorry, the chat just moved really quickly. Let me go. So what if you have a problem? Varsha, so... Oh, wait, if I click show, does that come up? Okay, there you go. Nice, Varsha. So if you have a problem, who is going to help us? So if you mean in terms of your child's learning, that's where the mentor comes in. So the mentor is there at any time for your child to receive that extra support outside of lesson. And that's given that my video solutions haven't helped your child already. Yeah. Thanks for your question. Question here. Is year 8 to 10 in one single class since they're in the same time? Thanks, Abdullahi. So essentially how it works is, so year 7 and 8 are in something known as the Key Stage 3 core class. But then if you're in year 9 or year 10, I prepare those students for GCSE already. So obviously year 10s are already in GCSE, but the year 9s and year 10s learn a similar thing. And this is in schools across the country as well. They start preparing their students, their year 9 students for GCSEs. So year 9 and 10 are learning pretty much the same thing, which is why they're merged into one class. We've got Zahirul, how long to get the discount? So it's only going to last until tomorrow at midnight. So just to claim that, just make sure you drop me a message. Just going through, guys. Okay, next question. Abiola, is it a 1 hour lesson? So for everyone apart from year 13s, it is a 1 hour lesson. So year 13s, they have 2 2-hour lessons. So they have 4 hours a week of teaching with me. The rest of the students have 2 1-hour lesson with me. So they have 2 hours per week. And loading, hopefully that addresses your question. Varsha? Yes, so that's for my Key Stage 2 course. That will prepare them for their SATs. Rahila, do I offer one-to-one? So I don't offer one-to-one lessons, but the whole point about what we do at My Headspace is that students get access to group learning methods, which is what the academic research shows gives students the best progression. But then they get the one-to-one interaction with the mentors as well. Yeah. So yeah, you get a balance of both, which is important. So students need to have more than one option. They need to learn as part of a group, and then they need to learn with the one-to-one interactions as well. Okay, so guys, I'm going to hang about for another 4 minutes or so. If you have any more questions, just let me know. Amira, how many bands or A's do you need to get into Cambridge? I'm not sure what you mean about bands, but in terms of A's, it varies on course. So like Cambridge, for example, if you want to do maths, you need to get 2 A stars and an A for your A levels, but then you also need to sit the STEP exam, which is like a really tough maths paper, and it's based on that. So every course is different. I recommend you going on the Cambridge website and seeing what their specific entry requirements are for your preferred subject. Mbara, do you take monthly payments? Yes, we do. So if you're interested, just scan the WhatsApp message, the WhatsApp QR code, and send the code word Sunday. And then one of my team will be able to discuss that with you. Okay. Zahirul, do you have practice exam papers? Absolutely. Like I said, for example, with year 13s, there's no other teacher in the country that does more papers than me. I do 62 papers with my students before they sit their exams. Year 12 and GCSEs, we also do practice exam papers at the end of the year. Okay, so just a couple of more minutes, guys. If you have any relevant questions. Divine, what was your question? Let us know. As long as it's about my course. Rahila, great question. Do all exam boards cover the same curriculum? So for maths, over 95% is the same. If you're talking about year 13 anyway, exam boards like OCR have very small things which are not the same as, say, EdXL and AQA, but they're so small that they're worth like 1 mark that it literally makes no difference to the students. For other subjects, though, it's a bit different. Legend, for the 11 plus, great question. I don't have a specific 11 plus course, but the whole point about the 11 plus is the ability to problem solve. So my courses are full of questions that have problem solving questions, which will be very effective for your child's preparation. Question, do you have any experience with children that game a lot more and struggle working? Okay, great question, Musty. So the reason students who love to game really enjoy this style of teaching. Now, why is that? It's because I'm in a gaming type setup. You can see I got my green screen behind me. I got my RGB mic. I'm in the bottom corner when I'm teaching with my PowerPoint in the background. So students who love to watch gaming streams, love to game a lot, love to turn up to my stream because they love the technology aspect of this and the community aspect of learning. So if your child is a gamer, 100% they're going to love this style of learning, more so than sitting in a classroom in silence all day. So hopefully that answers your question. Drift, you have an exam tomorrow. Good luck. What revision can you do? So non-calculator papers, are very specific to algebraic manipulation. So practice your factorizing, practice your surds, practice your numerical stuff, and I'm sure you will smash it, my friend. Good luck with that. I think that seems to be the overarching questions answered, guys. So, Zahir, also the Key Stage 2 is quite young. So you're talking about the exams for Key Stage 2. The best thing for Key Stage 2 is to not scare them too much with exams. Every single month, I have a monthly assessment that is in an exam format. So I don't call it an exam, but I call it a monthly assessment for them to get used to that exam setting, if you know what I mean. But be very careful about, speaking to really young children about exams, because like we discussed in this lecture, exam stress is very real for children. So I have monthly assessments, I call them, which is very similar in style. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay, guys, I'm going to call it there. Thank you very much for joining me. Like I said, if you're interested or if you have any questions, just go to the description and click the link to my WhatsApp, or scan this QR code and get involved with the conversation with my team, and we will answer as many questions as you want. Remember, guys, the discount for my courses is only lasting until the end of tomorrow. So tomorrow at midnight. So it's best to get into a conversation with my team, just to address any questions you have until then. But as always, guys, I look forward to seeing you and speaking to you across the social medias. Thank you for hanging out with me. Guys, before you go, let's put some noise in the chat. Don't forget, guys, we got noise, or any other of my quotations. What have I got? I've got noise, I've got noin, I've got boys. Remember, guys, to just get in contact with my team. Nice, brave. Nice, ghost girl. Thank you, guys, for joining me. And thank you again for. Sorry, I'm just checking the chat. Nice, guys. See you guys. And yeah, guys, if you did want that free gift as well, I forgot to mention, just drop us a message as well, and we're happy to send you that gift. Thanks again, guys, for joining me. Nice. Guys, you love to see it. Nice. But yeah, guys, if you wanted that gift as well, for sure, just get into a conversation with us. Just scan that QR code, hop in. We're happy to send that to you. Thank you again for joining me, guys, and I'll see you all on social media.